Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey guys, here we are. This is Bashak.
Hey guys, this is Kate. We are here.
Hey.
Hello, Bashak. How are you?
Here is Haridas. We have a
Woohoo!
special friend of yoga, and we are so grateful to have you in our podcast. Welcome.
Haribol, Basak Haribol. Okay, good to be here with you guys.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
I'm going to do a little intro. Um, Ha- Haridas is born in El Salvador, and when he was a 6 months old baby, he came here, raised by a single mother. And he grew up in Bronx, New York, in a tough neighborhood, he says. And he was the only child, and his mother was his only family. They had no other family in New York. And so he had a very lonely childhood. And as a teenager, he went through a traumatic experience. He was stabbed 4 times. And it was very difficult to be in pain and also seeing his mother's pain around this. He was born with a spinal condition. It got worse throughout the years, and he was recommended surgery by many as it grew worse and worse. But he says that that back problem was a blessing in disguise because he met a person who introduced him to a couple of poses. He didn't know that was yoga. He introduced him to a child's pose and a pigeon pose, which he immediately saw a benefit of and started doing yoga to heal his back. And since 2015, he started teaching yoga. In 2019, he met our teacher, his teacher, Yogi Charu, which opened his eyes completely and turned his life around 360 degrees. He got married to a high school friend who became a sweetheart. And he has 5 daughters. He lives in New York City and he is a yoga teacher. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you, Basak and Cake. How you ladies are doing today?
Very well. So you
Very
sort of you sort of talked about how you got into yoga after those, well, you did those first couple of poses, but then did you teach yourself or did you go out and take classes? How did you get into it before you met Yogi Charu?
Grateful for YouTube. Whoever created YouTube, right? I was learning some classes on YouTube, trying to learn deeper and stuff. Of course, it was speaking about things that I didn't understand at the moment, which opened a couple of doors, had me curious and digging deeper. But the blessing was definitely meeting our teacher, Yogi Charu. He's such a great mentor. He's explains it so well, and it's easy to relate with the way he teaches that it just opened up a whole new door for me.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you are someone, we've been doing classes together for years now, many years with our teacher. And you're always someone I look to with an admiration of your sincerity, of your poise
Mhm.
in classes. And you are someone I definitely thought, that's why we wanted to bring you to the podcast, someone who really lives yoga off the mat. So, what do you think that means to you, living yoga off the mat in your typical day?
Oof, living yoga off the mat. So it's kind of crazy because so I never grew up in a religious culture. It wasn't introduced to me or anything, no. But it was around me from friends or from TV or whatever. I used to hear about religious and stuff like that. When I went through my experience, that's when the getting stabbed. That's when I started diving deeper in spirituality, trying to find what's out there. What anyway. So
Mhm.
yeah, so
Why something like this happens to somebody like you, right?
right. But still not understanding. I caught up in the material with the emotions and stuff like that. So it's tough growing up like that, not understanding things, but still having questions and nobody around you could really answer, you
Yeah.
know? So so yeah, finding this guidance from Yogi Charu who opened up, who basically explained everything. It's what, wow, I've been living like this all my life. I've been feeling the way yoga explains life. And now is when I introduce it. And I mean, it's introduced to me, and
It
just
changed.
it just
Changed.
changed everything.
How did
Yes.
you, where did you meet Charu?
So basically, after I started to teach myself, I needed something more. So I tried yoga studios. I went to a couple, but one who really caught my attention, who really resonated with me was Pure Yoga West.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
yes, so
Surprising that
there,
we didn't see you. We didn't meet there, Kate and
No.
I, because that's where we basically got our education too.
Yeah.
really.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I had a couple of classes with KK
Yep.
and what's her name? I forgot her name. Well, it was another person there who was really deep. Rebecca, I think her name is Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah.
Really deep spiritual. She used to speak a lot of spirituality stuff, and
Rebecca
it
Hajek,
really,
she's a good friend of ours. Yes.
really,
Yeah.
yes. So she used to speak a lot of spirituality things that it really resonated with me. And I'm like, wow, it's really different, more than the physical aspect of it, you know? And then one day, leaving a class, I guess Yogi Charu was finishing up a class too, and we just crossed paths there, and my whole timeline just slowed down. Everything slowed down. We locked eyes, we nodded heads, and
That was it.
yeah. Then from there, it just blew up to the relationship we have now. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and
That's beautiful.
I changed so much, and I see life so much different now. I mean, I still go through my battles because we live in New York City, of course, but
Yeah.
yeah, but he's a great mentor, and I'm definitely glad for that.
So how does this practice influences the way you relate to your partner? You have five daughters
Well,
and other people, loved ones.
yeah, so it's actually four daughters and one son.
Ah,
Oh, okay. Right.
Yes,
right.
yes. So
Is the
the
son
thing
the
is,
youngest? I'm curious.
no, the son is one of the oldest. He's the second oldest.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have it's a gap in between like I have three adults now and two young ones.
Oh, wow.
So growing up, I mean, raising the adult ones was when I started the yoga philosophy, right? So when I was raising the two younger ones, I already was in my yoga journey. So it
Yeah.
was a difference, and I could tell, and I noticed the difference the way I raised them and raised the younger ones. So I see that,
How is that? Yeah. How is that difference? Yeah.
yeah.
That's what you're gonna
So
say. Yeah. Yeah.
I see because it's more compassion, it's more understanding, it's more understanding about emotions, you know, not just as a yoga practitioner, we understand that we are not the emotion, the emotion is not us, but as somebody who doesn't practice yoga and is so close to us, you know, and I just understand it's not everybody's not gonna understand, especially in Kali Yuga and the era we live now where everything is just lost. I understand that. So it's more compassion, a lot more compassion, a lot more meditation and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
And
And,
I'm hearing detachment too, right? Like, I guess,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is too, like the detachment part. Those are the way I raised the old one, they're my kids, my kids. The way I'm raising this one, they're a gift. I'm
Oh,
just a temporary caretaker of them.
Wow.
So if a relationship dissolves, I understand. I can't dwell on that. I'll just pray that we'll get back together. But that's the way you have to understand us. And that's how yoga helps me deal with my family member who are not practitioners at all.
wow.
How about your partner, your wife? Is she gotten into it a little bit because of you or?
So funny thing, well, my wife, she grew up in Christian religion.
Hmm.
She was fed Christian since little.
Mhm.
But like me, she had questions. And it's funny because we speak about this now, and it's like, wow, we're so similar. And learning from Yogi Chado, the way he says, if a person behaves a certain way and they never picked up a yoga book or went to a yoga class, but still has these um these things, personalities, and things about them, you were a past yogi. And that's what how I tell her, because her compassion, the way she sees life also is like, wow. And you never went to a yoga class or anything like that, you know? And to this day, she doesn't follow any religion. She doesn't follow any practice per se, you know?
Yeah.
But she does follow what we are practicing, the love, the bhakti.
Yeah,
And
that no wonder you guys are together, right? That's the energy that you're
yeah, yeah.
both
You
in the
know,
same
and I'm
vibration.
definitely glad you said that because she's definitely a big part of my journey because she was actually the one who gifted me my first yoga studio class.
Oh, that's amazing. The fact that she doesn't practice it, but she will gift you because she knows this is good for you. That's like true love.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
Amazing.
so and this is what I mean. And these are things that I keep in the back of my head. Like if anything goes out of control because of emotions or something around going wrong, I can't stay there and be mad at a person who, treats me like this. It's yoga.
Yeah, yoga, yoga. And I know that, can you talk about a little bit what your day-to-day job with your wife? That's so interesting
I
and
don't
unique.
know what it is.
Okay. So we do many things. We do many things. So on the side, we are members of SAG-AFTRA union. We practice acting gigs.
I knew you were because remember when I said you have the most incredible voice, Carol. You do, you do. And I remember I was so intimidated like the first time I remember we worked together. I think you might
Yeah,
remember that. I was like, your
yeah,
voice is just so I'm so glad you use it in that way.
yeah.
Yay. Okay,
So
good.
we do that on the side, and when we can. So we have a high volume picture company called Third Eye Depiction.
Oh,
You know, yeah. So we go to corporation, we do headshots for companies, we go to schools, we do picture day for schools. And right now it's the season. We almost at the end of the season, and it's been kicking our butts, but we've been going there. We've been going there. It's very tough, And
wow.
then I also teach yogas on the weekend.
Right.
Wow. Full
When you and
schedule.
I were talking recently, you mentioned about this picture days in schools.
Yes.
How does your, again, yoga practice helps you both managing that?
So so even though my wife is not a deep practitioner like that of yoga, I do practice meditation with her because she's a big meditator, right? So
Ah,
she likes meditation. I teach her breath work. We do breath work. So she actually uses this when the kid comes in because we teach preschool division. So these are little, they're from infants to like 5 or 4 to 5 years old.
wow.
Right. So some of them be coming to on set very nervous, anxiety all over the place. And I call my wife a child whisperer because she can calm a child down. The teacher will come in, the child said, good luck with this one. He's a tough one. And those be the best pictures, So it's like she's a child whisperer.
That's amazing.
But yeah. So when they come in with anxiety, she likes to use a lot of breathing techniques without letting them know. Like she's not there saying, "Oh, inhale deep."
Yeah.
She's just talking with them and she's breathing with them, and they calm down and it actually works. And I was like, wow, it's amazing.
That is amazing. I think we have to have your wife on this podcast too.
Soon, definitely, definitely.
So it's amazing. You said that, she doesn't practice, but she actually does practice with you.
Exactly.
So how do you teach to someone like her without imposing, you know?
So like I said, actually it is also varies depending on the studio you teach at, because not every studio is deep in the deep part of yoga. It's just the physical part, right?
Right.
So it depends. So you really have to use these things, these techniques that we learn and use it without like feeling like it's imposing on them. you know. So, um, with my wife, she's really open-minded, so it's kind of easier with her, you know. But when
Yeah,
I'm
she
do
lives with you. She lives with a yogi.
it's not easy all the time, but yeah. Yes, but like I said, like when we learn from Yogi Charu, when somebody is hungry, right? Let's say you come off of a fast and you're craving a meal. You put that first mouthful of food in your mouth. What's the first sound you make?
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
right. So I introduced Om like that,
Yeah.
you know. So when with my kids, same thing. When you
Oh,
eat this, what you say? Mmm. Same thing. Just go, mmm. Same thing, you know.
beautiful. I was going to ask you that. So, have you taught your older kids and your younger kids some of the yogic things, and do they accept it, or do they not? The older ones particularly, do they say, "No, no, that's not for me, Dad"? You know, how does that play out?
So actually, they don't say that's not for me, you know, because I'm gonna say they actually are practicing what I've taught them, you know, which it really blows my mind because I never thought that would happen, you know. But the fact that they're living their own lives, living in their own homes, in their own lives, they see that it's getting to them.
Yeah.
But they remember the things that we used to say to them before they left. So when they remember that, they call us, we speak about it again. Oh, understanding. Again, I'm not saying it in a yogi way, you know, it's not imposing. I'm saying it, oh, I relate it with something that they do, like the eating the food, you know, things like that, analogies like that, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing.
And you mentioned that it's not always easy to live with yogi. There's, of course, conflicts and stress at home, always present. How do you deal with that while staying aligned with yogic principles like ahimsa or satya? Can you talk into that?
So yeah, himsa, the non-violent. I'm okay. I'm open to speaking about this. After my experience of getting stabbed, of course, I walked around with a knife myself.
Yeah.
And here I actually wanted people to start something, you know, at this time, you
Yeah.
know. So now it's been already it's been over 10 years that I put that thing down and I walk around with no weapon, you know, it's just all compassion, you know. And that's what I say, living in, especially in the Bronx nowadays, where everything is violence, 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 violence. You know, you can't even breathe without somebody say, why are you breathing like that?
Yeah,
You know, it's really tough. It's tough, really tough. You know, but like I said, meeting Yogi Charu helped me so much because it's like he says, we practice ahimsa, but we also protect. You know, we don't allow others to get hurt or somebody to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know, so that really, I have a balance with that, and I'm so relieved, like, okay, now I can live, and I understand if something goes down, I'm okay with if I have to, or whatever the case is, you know.
yeah.
Uh,
You, I mean, just walking, like, have you had experiences since you got into yoga that were a violent thing that you were able to dispel because of this new knowledge? Have you had experiences?
yes, I have had not as much as before because I feel like my energy is different, so I don't attract that anymore, you know.
Yep.
But other people still are living a little chaotic on their minds, and I understand that. So it does happen here and there. But one thing I learned in this lifetime right now, if you mention TikTok, they'll run away. They'll
They
run
go
away.
away?
They don't want to go viral on something
Go
negative.
viral. Yeah.
So you just say, oh, okay, TikTok, I got you on TikTok. They'll go away. You know,
That
so
is
it's
amazing.
funny. It's funny. It's very funny.
I
It's,
guess the shame and guilt is much more powerful than the violence.
exactly.
so your weapon is TikTok. Your weapon
Right
of
now,
choice
that's
is
my
TikTok.
weapon.
I
Yes,
love it.
yes, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And how about truthfulness, Satya, in when it comes to this conflict or stress situations? How do you work with that?
Truthful.
Mm.
Well, it's not really what you say, it's more how you say it,
Mm.
right? So if I want to speak truth that I think it might hurt somebody's feelings, or if I think they might take it the wrong way, you have to think, how can I say this without crossing that line with this person feeling emotionally, So it's not easy. But I try like that. And if I see that it can't get there that way at that moment, then I'll try another time where things are more, it depends, like if it's a stranger, then I just leave it alone because it is what it is, But with
Yeah, you don't
friends
know
and
their
family,
mind space and where they're at too. Yeah, I understand.
uh,
Kate, any other questions? I have
Yes,
so
well,
many, but I just want to give a space. I keep asking, bombarding.
I'm kind of curious, sort of like, how has your sort of overall understanding of yoga changed since, you first sort of was given a little bit of it to now? Like, can you sort of speak into that a little bit? Like, how has that evolution come along?
that's why I connect my past to my present. Um, Learning everything about yogi, I understood that I always been a yogi back then. The way I have a big compassion towards animals, real big,
Yeah,
real big. Like
yeah.
I prefer a group of animals than people. You know?
Did you ever have cats or dogs?
Yeah,
Did
yeah, yeah. I
like
had a
when you were
cat in
growing
the
up?
past. I had a cat in the past, and now I have two cats.
Ah,
So
fabulous. Yeah.
Right.
yeah. So Um, yeah, so having the cat in the past and the two cats now, yeah. What was the question again? I
Yeah, well,
forgot.
the question was like the evolution of our, because you
Right, right,
yeah, yeah,
right. The
yeah,
companionship. Yeah, the
yeah, yeah.
companionship. I understood that the way I was living before, when they're trying to force feed me the religion and I ask these questions, is
Mm,
the questions that yoga are answering now.
Mhm.
So it's like, wow, back then I was asking these questions and curious, and now I see why.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's funny because Yogi Chadha always says this wisdom is from the soul. And that's confirmation for me because I've been feeling that way or asking these questions, which is being confirmed now. And it's like, where else would it come from?
yep,
You know?
yep,
It's just
yep,
that trust in yourself rather than, opening to all this conditioning of what everybody else says, how you should think, feel, be,
yeah,
and really think about those inner questions more, right?
yeah.
And that
Right,
would
right.
be my next question. I mean, I think we are coming to an end. Of
Oh,
course,
I
I
have
have.
one more question after yours. Okay.
Okay, good.
Good.
My question would be like, coming from where you come from and the experiences that you had, you know that many people out there, many young people, are going through the similar experiences, perhaps. What would be your advice to them? How would they get out of that situation, like the way that you did?
Mm. Practice detachment at first because everybody's living attached to something, either an image they want to be looked at. And because of that, they will keep their true selves locked in a box, So forget about what everybody's going to think about you. Be yourself, If it's not harming, if it's not hurting anything, anybody, practice it. Just be yourself. Detach from what you think people are going to think, detach from your things. Just because you have it today, you might not have it tomorrow. You don't have it today, you might have it tomorrow. So it just detach from things.
Yeah.
And also find Haridas to teach you. Um,
Yes.
Haridas, can you tell us where do you teach now?
Yeah, so I teach an inner space yoga, and it's a nice, cool yoga studio in Riverdale in the Bronx.
And you
Ah,
teach on the weekends there.
Saturdays, yeah, Saturday
Okay,
mornings.
we will also add that link to
yeah,
this bio so that people can reach out.
yeah.
That's
What my,
that's
my my last question is, are you happier now than you were before?
so back then I guess I didn't really understand the definition of happy, right? So what was happy? You wanted a big house, you get it, you're still not happy. You want the car, you get it, nothing, you know. So um it's not that I'm happier, but I understand that happy is different for everybody, and it doesn't come from outside, but from inside, you know. So yeah, I live in a higher frequency than being down, depressed, angry. Yes,
Yeah.
Mm,
definitely I'm happier.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
lastly, if you can,
One more last thing. One more last thing.
Bring them on, bring them on.
what are some of the practices that really appeals to you that you do daily that supports this commitment to happiness, inner happiness?
So, like I said, I began yoga for the physical aspect, right? The asanas, the poses. Wasn't able to meditate not even for 5 minutes back then. Now, the meditation is the first and the last thing I do with the practice. Beginning, then asana. And you know, it's if I reach 45 minutes of asana, oh wow, that's too much. But it's basically it's shortened. My asana is shortened and my meditation has expand, you
Yep.
know.
Yep. Me too.
Yeah, so and it's kind of difficult when you're trying to teach that um at, to people now who doesn't understand that aspect of yoga, you know. You know, it's difficult, but I try to introduce it little by little, and so
I
far
got
so good.
good.
You
Oh,
know,
lovely.
like you and I, Basak, we have a common student,
Yes.
Susan. And I
Mm.
never knew that. She used to come to my class and I never knew that. Then she mentioned, "Do you know Basak?" I said, "Yeah, of course I know her." And you know what's funny? And this is what I mean by Yogi Charu. We have the same teacher and she could see me and you teach the same. Like we
Yeah.
have the similar, you know, like similar
Yeah.
things. So it's like you see the Yogi Charu from Yogi Charu to both of us and she feels it, the connection.
Yes.
So it's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this was so lovely, and I wish we could go on and on and on. There's so much depth and layers in you that we'd
Mhm.
love to explore more. Maybe we'll invite you back another time. Uh,
Absolutely. Maybe I'll come back with my wife.
Hey.
Lovely. What a
that
great
would-
idea. Let's do that. Let's do the partnership
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
That would be
You
awesome.
sure?
Check with her. You check with her
Right.
first.
Right. So let me speak with her. I run it by her, but definitely that's a great idea. I wouldn't
Sounds
mind that.
wonderful. Thank you so much. And we will see you tomorrow in our training sessions.
Yes. Right.
For
Absolutely.
now,
Thank you so much.
everybody, we are grateful for your listening. And Haridas, thank you for joining us. Kate, lovely to see you.
See you.
Next
Shall I
time.
play some music
Thank,
and we can dance
Yes,
our
let's
ways out?
dance to it.
Thank you so much. It was
thank you,
so much
Kate.
fun.
Thank you,
Thank
Basa.
you.
Thank you, audience.
Yes. Thank you for listening, everybody.